Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, so I got tagged by TechSoup57 to do a small creator tag question video. So yeah, if you don't know who TechSoup is, he's been on here a long time, about as long as me. He does a bit of everything. He uploads every single day, and some of the stuff is sort of political, some of it is based along board games. That's the simplest way I could put it. It's a bit more complex than that, but you know, the sort of Dungeons and Dragons kind of games, if that's what they're called, tabletop games. But he also does weapon builds, has a very extensive weapon collection, a massive weapon collection I'd say, and he likes to make sort of post-apocalyptic weapons. So yeah, so if you like that kind of stuff, check him out, you might like it. So yeah, he tagged me. We used to tag each other a lot in, you know, back in the old days, when people used to do that a bit more and you could do responses. I know people don't do it so much now. But anyway, so it was to answer 14 questions. So here it goes. So first question is, how many years have you been on YouTube? Right, so WeaponCollector account, I've had that for over 10 years now, about 10.5 years, but I've actually been on YouTube for probably a year longer than that. I'm not 100% sure, so probably 11.5 years. The weird thing is, when I first joined YouTube, I thought YouTube had been around for years and years and years, and it turned out it actually hadn't. When I joined YouTube, I actually joined very early on, really, without even knowing. Yeah. You know, I used to have a different account. I just made an account so that, because there were certain things you couldn't watch, I think, or maybe you couldn't comment, something like that, unless you had an account. So yeah, I made an account and I started uploading some videos. So question 2 is, what was your very first video about? So I'll try and answer with the old channel and this channel. So as far as I'm aware, the old channel, the original channel, the Mike 2240 channel, I think the first video on there was probably a clip from something. It was just a little private, it was like my own little private channel. It wasn't really, I was unaware that it would be seen by loads of people. Not that it was, but it could be potentially, you know what I mean. And I think it used to just be clips of stuff that I'd liked on the telly. So if I was watching like Tim and Eric Awesome Show or the Armando Iannucci shows, I used to rip little clips that I liked to put them on my YouTube channel. Yeah, so it's probably something like that. And on the WeaponCollector channel, this channel, first video was just a photo, series of photos of, I think it was some knives, something like that. It was my impact weapons or my knives, something like that. But yeah, no talking, just some music, I think. It may not have even had that. So question 3 is, who is your dream collab? So I was thinking about that. That's quite a hard one for me. Most of the people I could think of are really smaller channels, so there'd be quite a few smaller channels in different countries I'd like to do stuff with, purely because it'd be hard for me to meet them anyway. But yeah, so there's loads over here I'd do it with as well. But dream collab, I suppose, would probably be possibly Scalagrim, because he's a big channel now, so it'd be interesting to do something with him, and that could sort of actually, you know, potentially happen, you know, because I did used to talk to him a lot. Or maybe one of the big, you know, massive channels that makes stuff. But I'll be honest with you, Cold Steel then, maybe do a yeah, maybe do a collab where I get onto Cold Steel's videos and do a bit of their testing. That'd be interesting. Yeah, that's a big, sort of big proper company, isn't it? But yeah, get on some Cold Steel videos possibly. Right, question 4, what would it mean to you to make it on YouTube? I take that as, yeah, what would it mean to me if I made it on YouTube? Well, it would mean a lot. It would mean I could probably make a living from it, if that's what it means. I don't know if it means what would it mean for me to do that. But yeah, it'd be a good thing. You could certainly, if you had a hell of a lot of subscribers, you can turn YouTube into a business and a living, can't you? Even without ads. I don't have ads. I can't have ads. They won't let me have them. But if you've got millions of subscribers, you probably don't need ads. You get a lot of sponsorship from different places like that. But yeah, it would make a hell of a lot of difference to my life if, you know, yeah, if I did get massive in it. So question 5 is, what is your end goal on YouTube? Well, being realistic and knowing that my videos don't get shared anymore. I worked out the other day that even without tags my videos still get the same amount of views, so it proves my videos aren't being put in any kind of ranking system. So the end goal to me is just to stay on here as long as possible, and I would like to get 100,000 subscribers. That would be nice. I wouldn't mind one of them little badges they give you, but I doubt they'd give me one. If they didn't, I'd just make my own. But yeah, 100,000 subscribers would be adequate for me and realistic, because as I say, if I carried on getting the amount of subscribers I get now, that would take me till I was about 80 anyway, so so that's about the only realistic goal going there, you know. 1 million subscribers, I would never live long enough potentially to do that even, you know. So yeah, it'd be nice to get just to stay on here as long as possible. Don't let them chuck me off or anything, give them excuses, and yeah, 100,000 subscribers would do. Question 6, what is the hardest part about YouTube? What I just mentioned there, that them not actually sharing my videos anymore. It's a very complicated thing, and I've never been able to work out truly what it is. Because only the really old subscribers to me will know what my channel used to be like. And because I had to get rid of probably 500 videos, I don't know really if it was that affected my views, or the fact that I was demonetized, did that affect my views. But yeah, the hardest part for me is that no matter what I do, I can't progress anymore. I can change my content, I can make it better, stuff like that, and it makes no difference at all. So yeah, and I've never known whether it was the two things I mentioned then, or the new algorithm they brought in. It's probably a combination of all of that, because all I've ever done is just got better, I think, and it's never helped at all really. I used to get probably 10 times the views than I do now. Yeah, 8 years ago. You know, I know there was less people on YouTube then, so maybe it's that. But it's a lot of there could be a lot of factors, but one of those things I'll never really know, I don't think. But yeah, hardest part for me is that I can't really get anywhere now, no matter how I would try. Question 7 is, what is the best part about YouTube? The community. I'll admit, I definitely do really like the community. I've made a lot of friends. And even without ads, I've still got a lot out of YouTube that way. It does support me in my real life. Because I don't work and I don't sign on, so my work really is YouTube. You know, the things I get sent for free are how I support myself. So yeah, YouTube really is my living, really. But yeah, those two, but especially I do like the community, and I have met some really good friends, and yeah, and I wouldn't want to give that up. Yeah, definitely the community and the friends. Question 8 is, what is the funniest comment you've ever gotten? I can't think of any specific for that, but I did used to get, I don't know who it was, maybe they're watching, I did used to get someone saying that I looked like one of the blokes from E17, Terry I think it was, and he would talk to me like I was Terry, and I would talk back to him pretending I was Terry as well. But yeah, they was quite funny. There have been a lot of funny ones, but those are the only ones because there was an ongoing thing that I can remember. 9. What's the meanest comment you've ever gotten? That's a hard one again. I'll be honest, I don't get a lot of trolling stuff. I don't know why, I just don't. Well, I know why, because I don't hardly get any comments, and because, you know, I think my videos only really get shown to the same 250 people every time, and none of them happen to be trolls. Yeah, so the only things I can think of, you get the odd. I've never had death threats or anything like that. I normally get ones. There used to be some when I was heavier, getting because I would breathe, heavy breathing, commenting on that, being dicks commenting on that, and what was the other one? I just thought of another one. Oh yeah, and the other ones was people saying I should be arrested, but I've actually not committed any crimes or anything, or doing anything dangerous or anything like that. So yeah, I always found that one ridiculous. People see weapons and they sort of shit their pants, you know what I mean? They think, you know, you must be a nutter or something when you know, you're not at all. Collecting weapons is no different than someone who collects plates or someone who collects cars, you know. Question 10. What other subject matter could you create a YouTube channel about? Well, I've nearly done that before. After I got demonetized on this channel, I did think about making a second channel about something completely different, so that I would at least have some backup income. And what that was going to be was pretty much a DIY channel, but what I would class as a poor man's DIY channel, where everything would be done with the simplest tools, simplest materials, stuff like that, you know, and all stuff like that. Not where you go out and get some really good wood. Mine would be scrap wood and how to make stuff out of it, basically. So yeah, that's what it would have been. And I think do you know what? I may have made that channel and then deleted it. You know what? I think I did make that channel, but I don't know where it is now. I don't even know what it's called, but I'm sure I must have deleted it. You know, it may still exist somewhere. I've no idea what it's called. What else could I do? Some on darts, possibly. Computer game based one. Yeah. 11. Why did you start your YouTube channel? Well, originally I started it because you had to make an account to view certain videos, I think, or comment, stuff like that. You had to make an account for some certain features anyway originally. So that was the account made for that. And then on my old channel I used to just like putting clips on of stuff, and I started putting some of my collection on there, and someone said, oh, you ought to do a channel of your own for that, because it was all a mix of stuff. It was the weapon stuff was getting a lot of views, and I had a lot of Stephen King videos that was getting a lot of views. So someone said, you ought to do 2 channels, keep the Stephen King stuff on this one and have a weapon stuff, a weapon one. So I came up with WeaponCollector. So yeah, that's what started me off doing YouTube, really. Wasn't for money or anything, or even because I saw someone else's videos and thought I could do that. It was purely, I don't know, I just sort of wanted to share my collection, basically. That's really what it was. Question 12. What video are you embarrassed by? I've got quite a few really crap, embarrassing videos. I think my worst one is possibly how to make fire, something like that. It was terrible, and it's got loads of views as well. Absolutely fucking crap. It was like a filler video. There was a time when I couldn't come up with stuff, so I did what I would class as filler videos, where I was just finding really simple projects, simple ideas that I could make videos on, with no real interest in them either, but I just needed to, I didn't want the channel to go downhill, so for views, because sometimes if you start losing views, they start sending your videos to less people. So yeah, although it got a lot of views, it's a terrible video. Ways to make fire, I think it's called. Yeah, pretty terrible. There's quite a few ones like that. There's one where I review a hand plane, you know, wood plane, stuff like that. Absolutely terrible. Question 13, what video are you most proud of? Probably the government parody one, you know, the gun laws parody one. I put a lot of work into that. I had a green screen and everything, and I found that quite nerve-wracking to do because it's sort of almost acting. It's not acting at all, but yeah, I was being a character, and I did it spur of the moment as well. There's nothing rehearsed in it. Well, there's a little bit rehearsed, but none of the lines was written down. I was just coming out of it as I was doing it. So I thought for that it came out quite good. I've always liked the shooting competition I started. I always liked that. I think that was a good thing for the community. Got a lot of us, you know, the ones who get to see it, really enjoy it. Especially, you know, and it gets some other people some exposure that they wouldn't get potentially. So yeah, shooting competition. I'm proud of that. That's what I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah. Well, my recent zombie one I did, I was quite proud of that one. People seem to quite enjoy that. And then, this is the last question, question 14. What is your first YouTube memory? It's a hard one. All I can really think, when I think back, was to the old channel. A couple of encounters I had there. Some of the people, there were some really good people who I used to talk about Stephen King stuff with. That was, yeah, I met some good people there who I don't know anymore because when I lost that channel I lost contact with them all. But I've noticed that over the years though. Over the years people come and go. And you'll have people you talk to nearly every day and then they seem to go on to a different subject and then you don't see them anymore. And you'll occasionally see them on channels still commenting. So yeah, talking to some of those people would be my earliest memories. I'll give you an example. There was a lady I used to talk to on there about Stephen King stuff, and then that went on to something about, no, it wasn't Stephen King. One of my videos happened to feature this woman's favourite actor. So we would then discuss this actor, and then became quite, well, we became friends and we would talk every day, but the problem was I have a habit of I'll read your comment or your message and then think I'll reply later because you know, sometimes I just can't, if I'm honest, I just can't be bothered. Don't take that offence. Don't take that as an offence if you comment me and I don't reply straight away. I'm just being honest. But she did, and she would send me a message saying, why haven't you replied yet? I messaged you an hour ago, you still haven't replied. And you read it and stuff like that. And she just used to come out of a lot of weird random stuff where it seemed like she thought the government was persecuting her by taking away stray cats that she used to feed and stuff like that, and that people was putting coins on her door, and it was a message from this actor. Stuff like that, and at that point I thought maybe she was a bit mad, and I think I said to her, I think some of your comments make you seem a bit nuts, and then that was the end of that. She sort of went mental and never spoke to her since. Yeah, that's one of my first YouTube memories, I think. That was with the old channel, so that would have been over 10 years ago. That would have been before 2008 on YouTube, so yeah. Yeah, that was it. That was my answers to the questions. Thank you, TechSoup, I appreciate it. And I'll tell you who I'll tag, because I know I think they would definitely do it anyway. XDM50, Dwayne Myers. Can you do this? I'm trying to think of anyone else who does vlog kind of stuff. If you want to join in this though, please do. Just let me know that you are joining in, and then I'll share your video. But yeah, I'll tag XDM50 because he would do this and he does these kind of videos anyway. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out TechSoup57's channel. I think you'll like it. You'll certainly like some of it anyway. He does a big variety of videos, but you'll definitely like his weapon stuff. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. See you later. Before you leave, if you ever wanted to support this channel, you can now via Patreon. or by shopping at Amazon.com and GearBest. There's more info below if you need that. Remember, if you want to get full notifications for this channel, click the bell, and I'll see you later. Cheers.